Good morning, everyone. Today we're going to be going over Math Minute 75 for Math B class. Our first one, we have 1/2 of 16, or 1/2 times 16. So there's a couple different ways we can do this. Maybe if you have 16 apples and you take half of them, you have 8. If you don't know that fact, that's okay too. You can pull up your calculator and do 1 divided by 2, not 1 divided by 5, 1 divided by 2 equals 0.5, and then you can multiply that by 16, not 19, 0.5 times 16, trying to do this with my left hand, and you have 8. So there's a couple different ways you can do that, and I'm sure there's many, many more ways too. So whatever works best for you. Now, number 2, we have round 0.3644 to the thousandths place. So I highlighted the thousandth place. The 3 is in the tenths, and the 6 is in the hundredths. And remember, when we're rounding, we need to look to the number to the right of that. So if we're rounding to the thousandths, we need to look to the other 4. And if that is 4 or below, we need to round down. And if it's 5 or greater, we need to round up. And that 4 is 4 or below, so we're going to round down, and we keep it at 4. So our new number is 0.364, and that's it. Now, number 3, if x plus 4 equals 6, then what is x? So we're thinking, okay, what plus 4 is 6? If we don't know that fact, that's absolutely fine. We can use the numbers we know and do 6 minus 4, and that's 2. And we can check our answer by putting that 2 in for the x and adding 2 plus 4. Yep, that's 6. So our answer is 2, and I'm going to erase some of that to get it out of the way. Rewrite the 2 over here. How many degrees is angle X? This is something that we haven't talked about yet in our math minutes. And remember that our math minutes, a lot of it is spirals. So we preview things that we haven't seen yet, and then we go back and review things that we have seen, and then we preview, and then we go back. So something that is important about angles of triangles, there's always 3 angles in a triangle, and they need to add up to be 180 degrees. So we have 90 degrees plus 50 degrees, and that's 140 degrees. So 140 plus what is 180? We can do 180 minus 140. And we have 40 degrees. So I'm going to erase some of this again. Getting a little messy here. Angle X is 40 degrees. What quadrant is point -4 in? Remember that the number on the left is the X coordinate, and the number on the number on the left is the X coordinate, and the number on the right is the Y coordinate. So X lets us know which direction we're moving, left or right. If it's negative, we're moving left. If it's positive, we're moving right. The Y lets us know if we're going up, how far we're going up, or we're going down. So -4, if this spot right in the middle is 0, 0, -4 would go this way, and +4 would go up this way, and we would be in the second quadrant, because this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So quadrant 2. If you want to write that in Roman numerals, that's fine, or if the number 2, that is fine as well. Let me erase some of this. Oh, I need to get that drawing tool back. Okay. So number 6, we have -8 times what is 24? Remember, when a number is next to a letter, that means we're multiplying. So -8 negative 8 times what equals a positive 24. And something we haven't talked in great amount about is the rules of integers. And one of those rules is that a negative times a negative is a positive. So if negative 8 is negative, clearly, and 24, the answer is positive, that means this number right here, this factor, has to be a negative. And if we don't know 8 times what is 24, we can do 24 divided by 8. And you can use a calculator, or you can use a multiplication chart, and that is 3. Now, I already drew the line of symmetry because I'm struggling a little bit with my stylus here drawing it, so it took me a while. So we have 2 lines of symmetry for this letter H, a vertical line going right down the middle, and then a horizontal line going across the middle as well. Number 8, 7 squared. Remember, we've talked about this in great amount, that 7 squared is not 7 times 2. It is 7. Oh, my drawing tool went away again. I have to pull it back up. It is 7 times 7. So what is 7 times 7? Oops, not 7 times 4. I don't know where my head is. 7 times 7. That would be 49. It's so weird talking to myself and not hearing all of you be engaged in this. The square root of 16. So what number times itself is 16? Well, 2 times 2 is 4. 3 times 3 is 9. And 4 times 4, 16. So the square root of 16 is 4. And maybe you have a calculator as well that has the square root button. That's great. You can use that too. And last but not least, number 10, 5% equals 0.5. Is that true or false? So remember, with decimals, that the number to the right of the decimal is the 10th place. The number 2 spaces to the right is the 100th place. So think about if you have 5 pennies, it would look like this. And 5 pennies is 5% of a dollar, 5% of 100%. So this is not true. 5% equals 0.05, or 0.5 equals 50%. So if you have any questions about this, please email me. I will be putting this on Canvas as well as emailing it to you. Have a good day.